Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best bookshelf speakers under $200.
Starting at number 5.
Yamaha NS6490. The Yamaha NS6490 are the only pair of three-way speakers on this list. That means that instead of just featuring a woofer and tweeter, the NS6490 features a 8-inch woofer, a 4-inch mid-range cone and 7/8-inch dome tweeter. Due to space constraints, very few bookshelf speakers are three-way, a luxury that is usually only afforded for bigger floor-standing speakers. As a result, the NS6490 enclosures aren't small. They're comfortably the biggest cabinets on this list. But you get a more powerful bass, and the mids and highs are also well defined. With a high sensitivity of 90 dB and capable of handling 70 W/140 W nominal/maximum input power, you can easily fill bigger rooms with these speakers. What's more impressive is that all this comes in at a price that is cheaper than most of the smaller speakers on this list. Unfortunately, the audio just doesn't resolve as nicely as the likes of the Klipsch R15M/Klipsch R41MS. While their immense size will impress guests, it can't make up for the outdated technology and lackluster audio quality.
Coming at number 4.
Klipsch R41M. You might be surprised to find a pair of speakers with small 4-inch woofers being recommended for those to fill larger rooms with sound. However, the R41Ms pack a big punch for their size. The R41M is the updated R14M, the R51M is the updated R15M, but goes over budget. These new models have more powerful amps and a dynamic bass EQ feature that scale the low frequencies with volume to improve low-volume listening. Although the newer R41M is designed to have an improved sound, the sound quality difference compared to the aforementioned R15M is not that big. In our opinion, the difference in sound isn't quite big enough to make up for the difference in power. We would therefore personally go with the R15M, unless you desire the smaller form factor or just like having the newest thing.
At number 3.
Klipsch R15M. The Klipsch R15M might be part of Klipsch's previous generation of reference series, but they remain one of the best-selling pair of stereo speakers around. They are now discontinued and unavailable on the official Klipsch online store, but are still available at other retailers including Amazon. Each R15M bookshelf loudspeaker has a 85/340 W continuous/peak power rating and a high sensitivity of 94 dB, the highest among any of the speakers in the list. That means they can get very loud, far louder than you'd expect from a pair of speakers with 5.25-inch copper-spun woofers and 1-inch aluminum tweeters, which feature Klipsch's exclusive Tractrix horn technology. Thanks to the high sensitivity, you also don't need a super powerful amp to crank up the volume. Klipsch audio products all have a signature sound, a sound often described as fun and bright. While the highs are a little more prominent than most speakers, the mid-range is still well represented and the overall sound performance is strong. Some people love it, others not so much. If you get the chance, try listen to a pair before purchasing and see whether or not the sound is to your liking. The R15M's design forfeits a deep bass response to increase its sensitivity. This gives them a fun and dynamic sound, but a slightly lacking low end. As a result, you greatly benefit from adding a subwoofer to your setup if you want a more powerful bass. If this is for a home theater setup, it goes without saying that you'd want to invest in a subwoofer anyway.
Number 2 of my list.
Polk Signature Series S15. Polk speakers are known for being affordable yet capable of delivering superb audio. The Signature Series S15 is their best-sounding loudspeaker in the under $200 price range and one of the top picks for audiophiles alongside the ELACs above. They come in an MDF enclosure and feature 5.25-inch woofers and 1-inch Terraline dome tweeters. These dynamic balance drivers were developed with the aid of sound engineers at Johns Hopkins University and are designed to reduce the impact of vibrations on the speaker cones. The exclusive power port makes the S15 different from a traditional rear-ported speaker. Covering the port is a plastic baffle device with fins. This not only increases the bass response by 3 dB, but makes the speaker less sensitive to placement issues. The soundstage is wide and vocals on the S15 sound natural. The mid-range is clear while the higher frequencies are sharp but not unnecessarily bright. Perhaps most surprising for a budget speaker is the excellent low-frequency sound reproduction. Of course, the 5.25-inch mid-range driver can't replace a subwoofer, but if you're not planning to add a subwoofer, the S15s still sound awesome.
And number 1.
ELAC Debut 2.0 B5.2. ELAC have been around since all the way back in 1926 when it was established in Kiel, Germany. In 2018, they impressed everyone during the launch of their Debut 2.0 line, which is designed by the legendary Andrew Jones. The B5.2 is the smallest speaker in the line, but its fundamental design and technology is the same. The B5.2 is the smallest speaker in the line, but its fundamental design and technology is the same. Each speaker features a 5-1/4 woven aramid fiber bass driver and one soft dome tweeter which deliver rumbling bass and smooth extended highs for both movies, games, and music. The Debut B5.2's understated design is very pleasing to the eye, but it's the sound quality that steals the show. It has a high level of detail resolution and a wide soundstage that you would typically expect from a speaker that costs over $500. With a frequency response that extends to a 35 kHz, you get much more top-end sparkle and openness than similarly priced loudspeakers. Thanks to its front-firing port, you can also worry less about placement issues. Normally, you need the right amount of clearance between the back of each speaker and the wall, but the Debut B5.2s are far more forgiving. The ELAC Debut B5.2 can get plenty loud without distortion, but because they have a low 86 dB sensitivity, they'll need to be powered by a fairly powerful amp.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.